Hey, this is Lucinda.
And this is Iris.
And this is
Let's Talk It Out.
Cheers. Who's the alky between both of us?
I'm going to give that to you because I'm lightweight. So you can hold more alcohol. So I'm going to just give
Because
you.
that's still the same glass that you had from earlier.
Yeah, that part because, my birthday is tomorrow. So
You do the Casamigos?
I used to, but it gives me hangovers in the morning. So now I'm a Don Julio kind of girl,
Okay.
I'm a little bougie.
What's my favorite drink?
It is Grand Marnier.
Ah, thank you. She said Remy for like the past 20-something years. How?
I got it right!
You got
and
it
I
right.
surprised you on Friday with it.
Yes, you did. Yes, even though I didn't have a sip.
Right,
what
me
happens
either.
to the bottles when you don't use them?
The club got to keep them because you can't walk out the club
That's
with them.
messed up.
Right.
So they can resell them?
Yeah, if you don't open them, wouldn't you if you was a club owner?
Girl, I would have put that thing in my jacket. You should have told me. You know I'm ghetto. So,
Yeah.
all right. Today's topic is just the journey, right?
Right.
The journey. I don't think women or men, but this is us now, celebrate the journey of where we came from.
Right.
And to know that it's possible.
Right.
And hello, it's still not over. Okay, we still looking to climb and build. But how did you come from? How did you start? What was your start? Did you come from a family of homeowners? What was the journey to get into your home? And I can't wait till we tape at your house with the pool.
Well, no, I don't. My mom had me at 17, had my sister Elle by 18. We both were born in PR. My mother came here. We was pretty young. We started school here. I want to say kindergarten, first grade, that kind of stuff. Originally Brooklyn girls, and then we moved to the Bronx.
Really?
Yeah, originally Brooklyn girls.
Okay, not too much. You still got to claim the Bronx.
Right.
Not too much,
Always,
you know?
always the BX. No, my mom didn't have passed a 9th grade education. So no, but like Tupac said, she know how to make $1 out of 15 cents. Period.
Yep.
So we always had a roof over our head, clothes, food done. She had her side jobs. She would do hair. She would do what she had to do to take care of us. So I just knew from an early age that, I wanted to give her stuff that we didn't have, and I wanted to push myself. I already always knew that I was going to graduate school. I knew I was going to get a college degree. Like, I just knew those things because I wanted to be the first one in my family, which I was. I was the first one to graduate high school. I was the first one to get my college degree, And I just really pushed myself a lot. Because one, I got my hustle from her. I saw her hustle, and she made miracles every Thanksgiving. Seriously, like if she had to get on a food pantry, she had to go to the church and get gifts.
Food pantry.
Right, the cheese was popping, girl.
Yes,
you know
that
what I'm
big
saying?
block
I'm a little
cheese.
mouse.
Yes.
I like that cheese. That's the best cheese,
Yes,
honey.
it is.
So, but, I just came from that, like a strong woman. So I think that's what made me strong. Was never a follower in school. So, I never did things that I wasn't supposed to do or didn't want to do, But I guess once she died, I was 15, my sister was 14, my little sister was 5. I just think that it was a lot because she made me promise her in her deathbed that I would look after my sisters. And that was like a big responsibility because who's going to look after me, you know? So, but, you don't want to tell your mom that, And we did. We stayed in contact and we stayed together, thank God, and we grew up with each other, even though in the beginning, we all went to different households. And so after a while, me and my sister, we were both teenage moms. And so, I guess just always wanting more. I just always wanted more. Like if I would get a job. I was temping. I was working in Mount Safiri Hospital in the Bronx. And, then I was working in a dental office as a dentist assistant. I just kept pushing myself. I went to Monroe College in the Bronx. I started out my associates there. I finished up in New Rochelle with my bachelor's. But I just push myself. I always push myself because I wanted to give my kids things that my mom couldn't give me. And not that she was the best mom. Never would have changed her for nothing. Like I said, I get my hustle from her. I get my drive from her. I'm strict. She was strict. So I'm a strict mom like she was, you know, and I wouldn't change it for the world. You know, I would just change the time that she had with us, but nothing else. It wouldn't change it, you know. But
shout out to angel moms.
Right.
Moms who's our angels now.
Right. We got that in common too.
We got that in common.
Crazy.
Okay, so can you get filthy rich so that I can get filthy rich?
Right.
It seems like a trend.
One of us is gonna make it, honey. Trust me. I'm working on it and you working on it, so we gonna get there.
Yes.
Well, when we make it to the top, high five, bitch. We made it.
Exactly. But that's strong, because we both come from strong moms. My mom passed.
And your mom took me in as a daughter.
Yep. Yeah, I was doing
she
your own thing.
She ain't played no games with me.
She didn't play no games, but my mother was a strong mom. Your mom was a strong mom, and then we grew up to be these strong women at a young age,
right?
And then even in our adulthood. But I can't lie, it gets tiring, girl.
Right, it does.
This strong woman, and then they have this whole thing now of soft girl era. Where's it at? Where's the soft girl era?
Right.
Behind the,
right.
Where do I subscribe?
When you wearing multiple hats, it's hard. Because it's like, being my soft girl era, this house is going to fall the fuck down, that part.
Period.
Right? But, yeah, what about you? You know, I remember when you first told me you was gonna quit your job. You was working at the hospital.
Oh God.
And you was like, that's it, I'm writing my book. I'm gonna be an entrepreneur. And I was scared for you. I'm like, no, your benefits. I was like, what you gonna do? You don't have no health benefits, whatever. You sure you're gonna walk away from your salary? Rob, I was scared for you.
Yep.
But it takes a village, because I remember your first conferences.
Yep.
I was making copies for you at my job. 50 copies, 100 copies. I'm like, my boss is not in the office today. I'm making the booklets for her, honey. She gotta have these for the conference.
Right.
Staples, you too expensive when a homegirl starting out her business.
Right. They need a bootstrapping budget type of thing. But you was doing
like, what gave you that drive? You was at that job for 5 years. Let's point that out. Like, what made you just say one day, F that, I can't do this no more.
Right.
I want to be an entrepreneur. I don't want to be a 9-to-5er no more. Like, what gave you that push?
Once I realized no one was coming to save me.
Okay.
And if I don't pursue this dream now, and that's when the kids was small. Like, they was babies.
Daycare.
So first of all, I just left their father.
Right.
With $3,000 in my pocket. First of all, we know how to turn our income tax into something.
Right.
Okay?
All the time.
You get that little income tax check.
Right.
So I said, you know what? I'm going to up and leave. And everybody thought I was crazy, but I'm going to up and leave. Not only from this relationship with the kids being small, breaking my family.
Right.
Which I don't recommend. If you're not in harm or whatever. But if you got to do what you got to do, you got to do what you got to do.
Right.
But left, small children, then decided to leave the job. Went from full-time to part-time, working in the school, working in the mental wellness side.
Right.
And then I just said, you know, if my business makes enough money, I'm out of here. And then I just had to push. I just literally took the leap, because my mother was a type. She said, you know, go to college, get a degree, work hard. But she died not doing any of her passions.
Right.
She died not pursuing anything she wanted to do. Right. She died giving her whole life
to Social Security. How many years she was at that office? Management position too.
25 years.
25 years.
And she said, you know, she was saying, you know, just, although she was saying, you know, go pursue and do your thing, but don't leave your job. But she was like, you know, the reason why she believed in pushing forward, she said, as soon as you leave that job, they're going to put somebody in that seat immediately. But she wasn't practicing what she was trying to teach me.
Right.
And I had to realize my kids is watching me.
Right.
They're watching me. So you gave your whole life to this job.
Right.
That you missed out on, and you're trying to be this strong woman and trying to be everything and wearing all of these hats. Because even though we had my stepfather in the house, and he's an amazing dad, you know, to me, he's my dad. I call him my dad to this day.
Yeah, and he calls you princess.
Exactly.
Hi, Daddy. He calls me his princess too.
That's right. Not too much. But she still was the dominant figure in the household.
Right.
And so I watched how a woman, and I learned that, oh, women, we have to hold our own.
Right.
Nobody's going to save you. There was no soft girl era growing up. I'd seen my mother make $1 out of 15 cents. I seen my mother still work at her job at Social Security, and then still we on the pantry line.
Right.
Still we getting no frills food. Still she's getting food stamps
right.
with the paper.
Right.
Where
right.
it's pink and blue. The
Yep.
$5 is blue.
Yep.
The
Yep.
$10 is pink or
Right.
something
Right.
like that. You know, so we going to Conway to get our clothes, and then she
Right.
going across the street on 34th Street to get the Macy's bag so we could put our Conway clothes in the Macy's bag so we could go home without being embarrassed. So she was a woman of strength but pride
Right.
and ego.
Right.
And I just said, you know, how can I make things different for me and be present for my kids? But what I didn't realize is that I opened up the door. Entrepreneurship will make you cry before it make you money.
Oh, I know. I remember didn't you say you would go to places with your mentor and not even have money to buy like the meal
Nothing
for
to
the event and stuff like that?
He's just sitting there while they're all eating and stuff. No, I'm not hungry. No, it's the fact that I don't have my share for the table.
Right.
You know,
right.
I didn't have my share, so I'm drinking the water.
Right.
I know I'm good. I'm fasting.
Right.
No, I was starving. Sometimes
Right.
I didn't even have a hotel to stay in. I was sleeping in the hotel lobby on the chair.
Oh my
Going to
God.
get myself together in the morning to help my mentor out. No money. He wasn't
Right.
piecing me off with anything. I had
But
to
you
learn.
kept going.
I kept going.
You kept going.
I kept going.
So even though your mother had a 9 to 5, it's fair to say that you kept going because you saw her keep going.
I see her keep going. She went and got her degree. I watched her go to school like your boys watched you go to school. I watched her
Right.
go to school. I watched her get degree after degree. I watched her, you know, do things with us. But she raised me like how I see how your mom raised you.
Right.
You're going to have to be the dominant one.
Right.
You're going to have to be I think girls are raised different than boys.
Right.
What you think?
I think so too. It's hard on us. Well, if you have strict moms.
Yeah, if you have strict moms.
Because it's like you can't go outside unless the house is clean, your bed is made, and them dishes, ain't no dishes in the sink.
What age you learn to cook?
Yeah. Girl, like, my mother, so we got, at Puerto Rico, we got these things called acapurias, and my mother used to make them, and she used to make me, like, guaya, like, you know,
Say it
like.
in Spanish. You got Spanish mommies who watch.
Right. But I was like 11, 12.
Me too.
And it was like
Making full meals.
Right. But I was always a homebody. Like my sister was always outside, but I was always a homebody, like watching the novelas with her, which is soap operas. And, you know, I was like talking to my friends out the window, and they used to even tell my sister, like, why your sister's like that? Like, why she don't come outside? Like, you know, and I would sometimes, but it was like, I didn't want to. You know, I was always like in my little corner and stuff like that, you know. So I think it helped because I remind myself of my little one because he's so attached to me, and I was up under her all the time, like listening to her conversations in the house.
Really?
Yeah, and stuff like that. But I'm glad because it was things that I took in when I became a mom, even though I didn't have her, you know, here helping me. And as a teenage mom, you know, that was like scary for me to not have her here. We got C-sections. That's hard. You got to learn how to walk again. You know, like that's a serious surgery to get as a teenager. They don't want to give it to you. Like,
Oh, wow.
you know.
You was a teen getting a whole C-section?
Yeah, girl, 18 years old, whole C-section. So they didn't want to give it to me, but it, you know, they had to. It was an emergency C-section at that point. But yeah, so I've seen you from the beginning of your entrepreneurship. And I was worried for you. And it wasn't even me going through it. I remember you used to call me like, can you go get the kids for me? And I used to have to go pick them up, you know, and keep them and vice versa, you know, and stuff. But I just think that you got the best of both worlds because you seen your mom getting up. You know, people be so quick to put 9-to-5ers down.
Yes.
At the end of the day, that's structure.
Yes.
That's discipline
Learning
that people don't
leadership.
have.
Learning leadership. If I didn't work in corporate America, I
Right.
wouldn't have been
Learning how to deal with people. Because people don't know how to deal with people. People don't know how to, everybody wants to be chiefs and nobody want to be Indians. And that's the problem with this world. You know, you have to start out from the bottom to know when you do get on the top, you know how to handle your people in the bottom.
That's right.
If you don't have that experience, you're not going to be a good boss.
That's
you know,
right.
You're not going to have people that be loyal to you and stay with you because you don't have those skills, you know? And I think that's why in my job now as a manager, my team loves me. I have 4 people that report to me and they love me. They love me because I don't micromanage them. I don't talk to them like they beneath me, you know, and 2 of them is moms. So I understand. So if they have to step out, it's like, use PTO for what? I'll hold down the box.
Yes.
Go to pick up your kid, go to your appointment, come back or whatever. But I just think a lot of people forgot to be chiefs and then Indians and then become chiefs.
Yes.
But with you, I think you did so well because you did start out in corporate America. And then after 5 years, you said, F that. You woke up one morning with...
Honestly, I would have still, if I didn't have a mean and nasty supervisor.
Right.
Because one day she handed me my papers and she was like, I said, hey, I have this idea. And I watched her in a boardroom share my idea as if it was her own. So I said, okay, I'm going to let that slide. The next community program, I created the next one. She went into the board meeting. I'm writing the minutes. She shares it as if it's her idea. And I pulled her to the side afterwards. And I said, hey, you know, I would love some credit for it. And why don't you ask me to help facilitate it? This is my idea. I wrote the whole plan out. She said, hold on one second. I'm standing next to her. She's standing right there. She goes on her computer. I'm standing up. I have a hot cup of tea in my hand. And she's like, I just printed out your job description. Why don't you stick to that? And handed me the paper. I was like this. I said, because I wasn't, you know, I wasn't a Christian full then. I was like, oh, this mother. I said,
girl,
my job description. I said, okay, 2-week notice.
Right.
2-week notice. I can't.
So that was it.
That was it.
That was
Shout
it for
out
you.
to the single moms who's doing what they have to do. They got side hustles. You working in corporate America. You doing your thing. Shout out to you because no one knows how hard it is for you to raise these children and raise yourself.
Right.
Because you had to raise your child and raise yourself.
Right.
And look out for your sisters.
Right. Right.
And try to fit into this whole new world. You weren't exposed to dealing with F-boys.
No.
That's another topic for another day.
Right.
But it's like, shout out to these single moms because they do the most.
Right.
But stay educated. Keep climbing up the chart, whether it's corporate America or business.
Right. You know, just never let no one, you know, tell you, oh, you know, you have to become an entrepreneur. You know, you got to get out of corporate America. Do what works for you. At the end of the day, you have to pay your bills. You have to take care of your family. And if that's your dream and that your goal, then yeah, go for it. Hell yeah. Who doesn't want to be their own boss? You know, but you know, at the end of the day, it's better than doing nothing. Like Lucinda said, you have to fence for yourself and you have to do it your way. So when you're ready, you'll know. Only you will know. Not no one telling you, I don't care how many mentors you pay fees to or whatever. If you're not ready, you're not ready. You're going to be wasting your money.
That's right.
Because if you don't have that drive to fall down the 10 times that you are going to fall down when you become and go into that entrepreneurship stuff.
Talk about it.
If you don't have the strength, it's not going to work. You're going to go right back to corporate America because you got to take care of your family. You got to feed your kids. But yeah,
and
you know, shout
out.
Right. Homeowner, period. And you're gonna be too soon.
Period.
You know, you are already by injection. Let's say that. You know what I'm saying? But that part, don't be trying to belittle yourself. You know what I'm saying? We sitting in it right now. 5,000 something square feet.
Come on.
You know,
it's a big deal. It's a big deal.
Right.
Came from the projects. Okay?
Right. That part.
Rats and roaches. You know. All right. Mama used to put the mouse traps by the door. You know. So. You know.
So just keep going. And, you know, you fall down 10 times, get up 11, like Cardi B in her song said. She says in her song,
That's right.
know, don't let no one discourage you however you get your money. You know, we all in different lanes and, you know, it's just good to support one another regardless of what lane you're in and what lane you're going to or you trying to, you know, go into. But I'm proud of you, Bessie. I watched your whole journey.
Yes, and I watched yours.
I know. We did.
Working and temping and temping.
Right.
Girl, you was managing 2 6-figure jobs. Listen.
Right.
She don't play about that bag.
That part.
She don't play about that bag. Is it time to wrap up? Because this was good. We've been best friends for how long?
Girl, 25 years.
Shout out to best friends. If you got that one sister
that
doesn't judge you. that you could keep talking about the same thing over and over and over again.
You could spin the block on the narcissist nigga 1,000 times and she don't judge you.
Right.
She's like, whatever you like, I like.
Right,
You know?
but if he acts dumb,
Right.
we
I'm
acting
there.
dumb.
I'm there.
Okay?
Right. That part.
We broke a couple of things. That's another conversation another day.
That part. But thank you guys, and we hope you enjoyed the conversation and you tune in next time. And you want to say something else, Lucinda? Say bye.
Bye.
Talk to you soon.